First of all, I'd like to say, Mr. Speaker, that I just did not take a phone call on my cell phone from Judge Michael Corriero, who brought this bill to me 12 years ago or more to introduce. And I remember at the time, he told me this is something whose time has come. And now, for those of you who don't know who Judge Mike Corriero is, he spent his life as a judge in the youth part of the court in New York City and did nothing else but deal with youth crime and punishment and a devotion to the concept that the age of criminal responsibility needed to be raised. And he came to me in earnest and said that this is a slam dunk. This is exactly, we're going to present this bill, and you're going to be a hero, Joe Lentol, because you're going to be able to get it passed right away in the New York State Assembly. Mostly every state at that time had passed it, and New York State, we know, at the time was a progressive state like it is now. But so far, we haven't been able to accomplish that. So our majority here in the Assembly has worked over a decade to right fundamental wrongs that exist in the criminal justice system and ignores the vulnerability of our young people. And as someone so ably pointed out, these are high school kids, sophomores and juniors in high school that we're talking about. Okay? Any of you have high school kids? I think you do. And this is, it's really unconscionable to maintain a system, in my opinion, that focuses on punishing the act instead of concentrating on the capacity of the offender to reclaim their own good. Today, there are more laws, more police, more cameras, more ways through social media to catch errors that kids make. We must accept the science that acknowledge that every kid that commits a crime is not a criminal. This long-awaited reform, even though not perfect, will move these cases to the family court where they belong and allow young people to receive their age-appropriate treatment that they deserve. The sealing of records, which Phil Ramos brought up, provided for in this measure, is the single greatest chance that we can give young offenders to recover from their mistakes and move on with their lives as independent, law-abiding citizens. I want to thank my colleagues on both sides of the aisle for their guidance and support through the process of achieving Raise the Age in New York. Your counsel has been invaluable. I thank Governor Cuomo for his leadership. I was in the room, you weren't. He did take a leadership role in making sure that these negotiations did not crash and burn and kept us there. Finally, our leader, Speaker Hastie. I can't tell you how moved I am. 12 years it's been in trying to get this bill to the floor of the Assembly, and I failed. And I got to tell you something that I've told other people now, but I might as well say it in public. This is the best year of my life, of almost a lifetime of tenure in the New York State Assembly, because as I walked the halls of the Legislative Office Building and talked to mothers and sisters and brothers who come over to me and grab me by the arm and say, "Thank you, Mr. Lentol. Thank you for saving my kid. Thank you for helping us to change the law." And I almost have a tear in my eye because I know that this is good law, but I didn't realize how many human beings there are whose lives are affected by the monumental change that we're making here today. It's just And I got to tell you that every time I get approached by somebody and they hug me, I go to tears. I can't help it because this is big and it's needed and we're doing it. And Speaker Hasty is the one that we most have to thank for it, because without putting it in the bill, the governor and the Senate would never even consider this bill. He made this.
Now you're all out of order.
Now, I have to say that he never backed down from the challenge. He put it in the bill. That it was the wrong thing to do to put the bill in the to put this bill in the budget because he played his hand. But it was the right thing to do, and that's what this speaker has done since he's come here. If nothing else, he knows what the right thing is. And in this case, he's really done it. Carl, I commend you wholeheartedly. I hope you feel very proud, like I do, to have you as the leader of this assembly in this state and move New York forward to care for teenagers when they err, especially in our communities of color. Carl, I got to tell you, people tell me this all the time. It's always the quiet ones that can really get things done. And this is a big one and a job well done.